one. We're back to the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is Celebrity segment. Excited to welcome to the program Kim Sorrell, author of Love Is. Kim, how are you? And I know you're excited about our guest today.
I'm so excited to introduce Katherine. One reason I'm excited is she went to Central Michigan University, go Chips, and I am in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Anyway, Katherine, I love The Chosen, and you have such a big part in it. I'd like to know, how did you get involved with The Chosen?
A really fun story. I was previously head of faith and family content at MGM Film Studios under Mark Burnett and Roma Downey. And the pilot, which is The Shepherd of The Chosen, came across my desk. And in this industry, we watch something for about 5 seconds. We know what we have. And sad to say, we almost always click out of it. But I found myself watching, and I was like, okay, I'm watching 1 minute. I'm still watching. 5 minutes in, I'm tearing up. And I watched the entire thing, which has never happened prior or since. And by the end of it, I was properly crying. And I immediately emailed Mark and Roma, and I said, we have to acquire this. This is going to take over the world. It's going to be a global phenomenon. Skip had a number. We sadly didn't acquire it. But I always grieved that we didn't. I was like, oh, we missed a white whale. I just knew it. And then skip ahead a few years later, a few babies later on my side of things, and it was quickly becoming a global phenomenon. I connected the fact that The Shepherd was now The Chosen. And then, long story short, I started working for The Chosen, and now I get to head up original content, and I have the best job ever.
So, I mean, thinking about it, when you first heard about it, were you so surprised of how the amazing growth, and even now, especially going into theaters for final episodes of each season or the opening of the season, it's just got to be great to see that the fan base, and how the fan base is not just coming from the TV show, but they're going to the theaters. Did you imagine that?
The theaters surprised me, but I wasn't surprised by the impact on the global phenomenon. I felt like God let me in on a little secret many years ago with The Shepherd. I felt like I understood that this was the answer to so many people around the world of all different faith backgrounds that are just hungry for an extraordinary historical drama that's bringing light and hope into the world and bringing people closer into meeting the authentic Jesus. But the theater side, the demand for us to be in theaters has been really wonderful to see.
I already have tickets for next Thursday. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go see it. And it has done so good, but you've got such an ambitious goal, right? For what is the number of people that you are trying to reach?
To reach 1 billion people with the authentic Jesus. But if you ask Daryl Eves, executive producer and co-founder, and myself, we will say the first billion.
Love that.
So again, it's all about mission. So that's why the goal's happening. The Left Behind series, it started with Dallas's, dad, and now this, and saying, wow, how could you guys have transformed even further through the digital media to get this movement started? It's got to feel great.
It feels extraordinary, and it also shows the importance of us all operating as a body. What Dallas's dad started, so many other giants in the faith, so to speak, have started. I feel like we are just coming in and able to be a continuation of that story, of the greatest story ever told. So it's such an honor, it's a privilege, and it's wonderful watching it all come alive through Dallas and the team.
I love the humanness of it. I love the humanness of Jesus. I love that he has a sense of humor. And then to see all the people surrounding him, that they have flaws, that they're not all perfect and wonderful. And how do you incorporate all that in? It seems like you have one of everybody, like everybody in the world is represented in The Chosen.
And what's so fun is that some of that was unintentional. We didn't seek after Jordan, who plays little James, being disabled in real life. That was a gift given to us, and it brought us to the amazing culmination of the conversation between little James and Jesus at the end of episode 3 in season 3, where we see us have to wrestle with, are you still good, God, when we don't see healing? And so we just feel like God kind of set us up with the most amazing circumstances. And it's well known that Dallas has, there's a lot of autism that runs in his family. So it meant a lot to he and his family to see that portrayed through Matthew, which has been one of everyone's most favorite characters. He's extraordinary. Paris, who plays Matthew.
No, it's fabulous. And what tell us the day in the life of Catherine when you're producing with all the involvement. Explain that. Because again, people don't understand when you're involved in a project in any type of role, when you're shooting to any of the part, there's so many moving parts to it. Explain your role and how you kind of oversee things.
Goodness. So my day to day is working alongside the amazing producers and line producers that are producing, like Chad and Chris, who are underneath Mark Sorian, president of production for us, are doing the day to day of the Chosen production. So I'm working in tandem with them. I'm helping to oversee the cast, marketing, PR efforts, original content, all of our supplemental content. That's my amazing team and myself putting together some amazing documentary series like Unfiltered Gen Z Reacts to The Chosen. That was, in my mind, groundbreaking for the church to see Gen Z react to the authentic Jesus. So I'm spinning a lot of plates with an amazing team is the short answer, Neil. So that's my day.
Yeah, that documentary, what a genius thing to do. And I'm sure the impact on it has got to be huge. Probably because you went to Central Michigan University. That's probably why you're being so successful. But but it's also amazing to me that it's not just for Christians.
No. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is every day we're hearing from people across the spectrum of faith backgrounds, worldviews. We have Hindus, we have Buddhists, we have agnostics, atheists, even Satanists, as well as evangelicals, Catholics, Protestants, coming together saying, this show has changed my life. Some are saying, I don't believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior, but this show has reminded me that there is substantial foundational good in the world. And it's helping me to overcome depression. It's helping me to overcome suicidal ideation. And now with season 3, we're having continual stories come through of the little James and Jesus scene, helped me overcome the death of my child, miscarriages, Eden and Simon. The amount of people that are like, oh my goodness, you went to the messiest of places and brought hope into our lives. That's across all faith backgrounds. So that to us is the most wonderful gift.
So where does this go from here? Again, just to tell people, the theaters, as Kim already has her tickets, what's happening? They're in Chosen theaters, those for 2 days, right? Coming up
Well,
soon.
we've just expanded to a full 5-day run. So yes, the core days that we would love everyone to get tickets for are February 2nd and 3rd. If those are already sold out, which so many are, you have until February 6th to watch this in theaters. I promise you, it's going to be extraordinary, cinematic glory. And then we threw in some surprises for you that you might want to go check out.
Right. So you're the hope. What should we expect? What should Kim expect without giving it away? Because again, this is the season finales for people to understand. They have to
Yes.
catch up first by watching The Chosen before they go to the theaters. But
Yes.
what is the expectation that's going to blow people away for the season finale?
They get to watch a real life feeding of the 5,000 come alive. Our team fed literally over 10,000 extras over the course of 3 days to film this. But what people might not be ready for are the degrees to which we bring about and further the story of Simon and Eden as they are in marital crisis, Matthew as he's on this profound faith journey. And then we have a few other surprises for you that I think you'll love in the true Chosen fashion.
I can't wait. And to see it on the big screen is going to be even bigger, better than my little screen at home. And what is your?
We couldn't agree more.
So what do you anticipate? It's already gone to 5 days. That is incredible. And I'll tell you, my theater was already sold out in the 2 days. So I'm so happy to 5. But what do you see with it? What's going to happen?
I mean, our goal isn't to become a theatrical heavyweight in any stretch of the imagination. We see our fans demanding it. We see theaters demanding it. And we really see the power of what can happen in a theater when Chosen fans gather together to watch something so, in my opinion, profound. And so we're expecting that. We're expecting more community just coming together and just enjoying the authentic Jesus together, and introducing their friends to it. And we're hoping that it just puts hope and gives people hope.
You know, and I think, Catherine, the reason why a lot of people like it also is the history of where it really historically happened, all of these things, and for people to see that times and it really hit. And I think that Dallas saw that there was such a need for like historical type things. Add that with the component of teaching and bring new storylines and people to understand that people go through problems in so many ways, and you address all those things in The Chosen. And the best place is to go to Fathom, right? Is that correct? To go
fathomevents.com, and they will constantly have the new dates, the new show times. It's the best place, and they're wonderful partners.
We appreciate it. Thank you again, Catherine.
Thank you,
All
Neil.
right.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.